This is called Jingping Guanyin. I've used some of these because, as you can see, the Dharma is in 3 layers. The 3 layers represent right equality, right correctness, and right mindfulness. Let me tell you, all these Guanyin figures are my own creations, the colors, the styles, all the bodhisattvas. Apart from the fundamental correct concepts of Buddhism itself, and the original colors red, yellow, and blue, which you cannot change, as for their ritual implements or their ornaments, you can arrange them however you like, as long as you don't violate the principles. In short, the method is to allow your spiritual essence to stand out from all other beings. When you look at it, you feel that clarity emerging from within you. That's fine then. There's no need for so many words. Just get straight to the point. I haven't mentioned yet, this is called Zongbao Guanyin. Zongbao Guanyin comes from the Lotus Sutra, from the path of Zongbao Yinglu, the path of Zongxing. Zongxing is all about wealth. Without money, you can't even live, let alone practice the Dharma. It's useless to ask someone to believe in anything if they don't have enough to eat. So, Guanyin is also a symbol of all worldly benefits. As long as you... Zongbao Guanyin doesn't mean that if you worship her, you'll get what you ask for. Rather, it's to tell you that when you pray, you should manage your wealth better and make it flourish even more. But it doesn't mean that if you pray to her, she'll give you ill-gotten gains. That's a mistaken idea. On the contrary, if you're genuinely motivated to earn more money, after you've earned it, you won't squander it. Instead, you'll preserve it better, and she'll help you keep it safe. That's why she's called Zongbao Guanyin. So, as you can see, this one I have is from the Ming or Qing dynasty. Most of these Guanyin figures started to appear in the late Ming and early Qing periods. You'll notice that most of her attendants have both hands hidden within their robes, or resting on clouds, or on rocks, or on lotus flowers. Below, she has many of her followers or attendants, because there are the Zen Wealth Boy and Dragon Girl, and then her treasures like the carp, peacock, eagle hat, and so on. There are so many. It's endless. Lots of playmates, even dogs. In a moment, I'll show you the lion dog. This one is called the Great Freedom Guanyin. In the Great Brahma heaven, there are 33 heavens, and she is the leader of them all. As I mentioned earlier, Guanyin is associated with the 33 heavens, and she is the deity who presides over them, which is why she's also called the mother of all beings. Okay, there are so many I want to show you, but let's move on. This one is called Fish Boy Guanyin. Fish Boy Guanyin is depicted with both hands, and during the Ming and Qing periods, there was a story of Guanyin transforming into a fish maiden. The tale goes that whoever could recite the Diamond Sutra, she would marry him. There was a beautiful woman surnamed Ma, and she recited it, but it wasn't enough, so she recited the Universal Gate chapter as well. After finishing, she said she would marry him. But on the wedding day, a sudden dew fell, and then after 2 or 3 days, her elder sister suddenly told him, "Coughing, coughing, coughing, I've died. Open the coffin and have a look." When you open it, there was much gold, golden chains, and bones. After he died, his wife was ruined. The gold transformed into a Guanyin Bodhisattva. This is Guanyin Bodhisattva coming to save you. This one is called the Rosary Hand Guanyin. The Rosary Hand Guanyin holds a string of 108 prayer beads. Legend says, with each bead, you apply it while chanting Namo. The hair Guanyin, the drifting Guanyin, they help relieve not just a bit, but half your troubles. Instantly, your mind pure and clean. Thread Boy. Thread Boy, a master of merit. By Guanyin's side were people extremely wealthy, richer than neighboring countries. Ordinary people learned Guanyin's Buddhist teachings. In the 53 Shansai, item 27 is with Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Because half of the 3 items are gone, item 27 might as well go to you. But in the end, everything goes to Puyen Bodhisattva. In fact, Puyen Bodhisattva is the master. Whatever fate you have, that's what fate you have. The basic fate of the rosary is not just 108, but the fundamental meaning of the rosary is not your fate, but the rosary's materialization or manifestation. The rosary is made by taking advantage of the time when you are not chanting. Sometimes you don't remember the time of each bead, and the previous moment represents the time you erased a paragraph or the time you chanted the mantra. The time when each mantra ends is the end of that mantra. This is not a problem. The most important thing is that the rosary gives you a peaceful mind. Don't be careless and place your hopes on something. It's like you're sitting in a fixed position and performing a flash. If you press a flash, as I've said, you'll be useless. You don't have a fixed point or a standard. But if you have a relatively stable image, one that you believe in and is devout, you can fold its time, gather your mind, and reach a state of seeing me. In fact, the uses of prayer beads are all here. There are so many people talking about them, but theoretically, I don't know because I rarely talk about the art of true self. I just treat it as a game. I'm not an artist myself. There should be a lot of art in the art market, and I know them all, or you can find them, but what I'm talking about is actually anything. It's the same everywhere in the West. The cultivation of the 5 sciences means you use the Buddha image. It doesn't matter how beautiful you paint the Buddha image, no matter how beautiful it is. It's useless if, after painting it, you throw it away or tear it up. You can have your own standard. But the point is that it's unintentional. The act of painting can make you more alert and mindful. Let your mind open like a concert, gathering thoughts and opinions. The most important thing is to look at the real knowledge within Buddhist studies. True knowledge is about understanding and practice. You must first comprehend, then act. This means, in the Buddhist hall and in your everyday life, through your experiences, you cultivate compassion. What is giving? It means not harming others, not engaging in wrongful actions. If I walk the right path, that in itself is humility.
Is that right or not?
If you draw it right, it's not that I don't understand what you're saying you understand, because you shouldn't just look at those ritual rules or the heavenly officials. How do you truly draw that? That's not it at all. Weren't you carefully listening to what I just said? Those very early images went through many different stages of development, or some specific rituals and so on, all of which were originally created in the 2nd century, a significant period in history. Before images of earlier schools, there was no Amitabha Buddha. After 100 or 200 years of Mahayana Buddhism promoted, characteristics and practices of the Infinite Life Sutra appeared. The Great Radiance Assembly, Amitabha Buddha's orthodox practice, later included Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, forming 1 Buddha, 2 Bodhisattvas. Many such images existed. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva complemented this, depicted as a crown for Amitabha Buddha's radiance, serving as his top attendant. Placing it on one's head represents Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva's history. Placing Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva centrally and upright also symbolizes history. This signifies Amitabha Buddha's utmost respect for orthodox tradition. He is second in command, so she is placed above. Often, in orthodox tradition, regarding the deceased, it's said that after a person dies, they travel here, travel there, moving through the lower 3 grades and the upper 3 grades, Usually it is a Mittapa Buddha who comes to receive you in person. But for middle and lower grades, a Mittapa Buddha doesn't come. He sends Avalokitesvara or Mahastamaprapta. For lower grades, it's just a lotus flower. Once you arrive, if you want to jump in, the lotus will open. If you don't, the wandering ghosts will disappear. Understand?
So then,
Forms are not fixed. The Buddha has no fixed appearance, nor do bodhisattvas. Any form is like an illusion, a temporary reality ultimately empty. All appearances of Maya arise entirely from your own mind. Right now, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, form, sound, smell, taste, when these interact, a form appears. Within your mind, the form you perceive takes a different shape based on your entry level. If your mind fixates on money, a double star effect is produced. No form is fixed, but Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have qualities. Bodhisattvas have closeness to people. They are with all sentient beings. You are them, and they are you altogether. But the Buddha has washed away a lifetime of wisdom, immense in its own right. I've already spoken of this. He said, becoming a child with wisdom is equivalent to being without wisdom. That kind of wisdom is having reached my old state of wisdom. I'll use any means to escape, unsure of what's happening. I wonder if I'm not there yet. Actually, how should I put it? I'm what's called a karmic connection. Every painting I make has a karmic connection. That karmic connection creates a connection. My connection continues, and I reach the time of the connection. When I finish, the three colors of that connection are gone. I'm tormented. My next move is correct, but there's a keynote. You must want to draw a bodhisattva. This is the keynote. For example, it seems like I suddenly wanted to draw a void. Bodhisattvas are special. There's no treasure in the world that protects them. I drew a void, but I hesitated to put pen to paper because I hadn't thought of the original feeling yet. I hadn't thought of the whole specific image. That's why I've actually drawn thousands of bodhisattvas. I tell you, you're not just a landscape. Don't get caught up in my image. You're now. In the market, you see many paintings. Some look solemn, some depict beautiful women, some are human, lifelike. But this emptiness is an attachment because this is what we call folk art. Religion is not worship. It gives intuition, a way to sense and connect. The true essence, the real Dharma, is emptiness, a purity, a state where you can completely let go. With purity, your rational mind relaxes, undisturbed. It reduces the pull of supreme radiance, a trigger. It's not describable with words, images, or by opening a tree hollow. It's an innate feeling, like someone saying, "It's so beautiful." But how? Explaining it in words is inadequate. It's just an innate sense, simply put. It's beautiful. Okay.
Follow my heart.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
All right.
Brother, you've painted so many wonderful pieces. And LT, break time equals 0.5 s in GT, from a tiny 1 inch to a much larger 12 inches. When you have some available time, please do try to truly sense the intricate details of the 1-inch creation and, if possible, generously share your valuable experience with all of us.
How put? This.
When you just mentioned the fundamental concept of 1 + 1, It's precisely why things are structured in this particular manner. To elaborate further, there exists a distinct 1-inch measurement, a more substantial 12-inch measurement, and profoundly, within the intricate fabric of each and every individual creation, there is an inherent and deeply spiritual connection that binds it all together, providing a profound sense of purpose and interconnectedness to its very essence.
I've said it, I
must make it clear. I have to explain the reasoning behind it properly, okay? Otherwise, it's like you're just helping out without understanding.
Well, the simplest thing is that the Buddha is supreme. The supremeness of bodhisattvas is supreme. The time I draw is supreme. You asked me to measure it with a pen and a ruler. I'm telling you, I want you to interpret it. You've absorbed so much Buddhist teachings. What is emptiness? Explain it to me. What is nameless? Nameless is inexplicable. People's troubles come. There is no fixed place. Sometimes you open the door with your feet, but now a head flies in front of you. There's no body, no feet, no top. If you let it scare you, you're obsessed. You must have a body and feet. I draw. Tell me how to measure. When you can measure it. Already in the material world, you haven't reached the realm of punishment. You can see how much I measure my career, money, wife's beauty, and future career. This is measurement. This is the material world. The intellectual level cannot be measured because we are insignificant and our knowledge is small. There are many things that have not happened today, but will happen in the future. As long as we arrive at the time, looking back, it's like the words in New Ying Ji about Mrs. Zhong's search for scars thousands of times, and who is holding the lamp so hard to extinguish.